Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Charlie again. I'm back from work, and what a day it was. It was quite a bit of a roller coaster in the crypto world. I don't know why I'm sitting here staring at my Screencast-O-Matic site, but hey, I wanted to start off by just again pointing out this website. Number one Bitcoin group in the world, Brandon Kelly. Dude's awesome. I've been making some posts on here even though I'm a brand new member. And I actually got a response from BK today, so that's kind of cool. So I'm Charlie Page right here. You can see I made this post. It's basically what I was talking about earlier this morning in my video. And hey, he responded with something that I think is worthy of sharing. So people were, well, this guy Brandon White, I think he's one of the moderators in the group. He posted, was just thinking now might be a good time to start thinking about putting my ETH into BTC. And I wrote, I'm personally waiting for the 7 line to start pointing down. Then the run's probably over. So that's my hypothesis. Brandon Kelly wrote, if you drop down to a 30-minute and sell the 7 under 21, that normally comes pretty close to the top of the run. So I think that that's wisdom right there that I just wanted to share with everybody. So maybe I'll show you what he's talking about here in a second on TradingView. But I think I mentioned to you that I use the Binance site. So let me go into my Binance account really quick. So actually, let me start by going here. So here is where Ethereum to Bitcoin is at currently on Bittrex, and we are at 0.1131999 of Bitcoin, Ethereum to Bitcoin. So one Ethereum is worth 0.113199999. It got all the way up to 1.238 today, or roughly thereabouts. And I've got a confession to make. Bitcoin started to rally, and what it did was it hit one of its Fibonacci floors. It hit a floor, and I'll show you that maybe here in a second too. And I got concerned that maybe we were about to go on a Bitcoin run, so I actually sold my Ethereum against my better judgment and went against my strategy. And now I'm kicking myself because I bought back into earlier. Luckily, the Binance fees are not that expensive, but so this is what it's doing right now. I just want to show you this point in time. Okay, I'm going to actually make the screen smaller so that you see what I mean. It lets you see 2 points of view in a screen. So see right now it's kind of peeking out, and if I zoom in, what's happening here is we're at this level where it's trying to break through this purple line that I drew on the screen. And it crossed it, and then it came back down, and now it's kind of going to do a zigzag, I think, all for the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 candles. At which point my prediction will be, and let me just go ahead and get out this little deal here and draw a line. Oh, so I think it'll go something like that, and then something like that. That's my prediction. And then it's going to zigzag, and then it's going to drop. And it's going to go on a steady decline while Bitcoin rises. So that's kind of my prediction right now that I'm going off of. And like I said, I traded back into Ethereum, kind of kicking myself for getting out when it was at around 0.111 earlier today. It was around 240. Here, I'll actually just show you my account. I'll go to my order history, trade history, order history. So there. So you see I just bought back in at the price of 0.1127. So I traded my Bitcoin back to Ethereum. Luckily, Binance fees are very inexpensive. Earlier today at 236, I sold at 0.11197 against my own. So sometimes it's like you got to get rid of the emotions and just trust your gut. And so that's what I'm doing. I said, what the heck why am I doing this? I don't think Bitcoin's ready to rally yet. Why am I second guessing myself? And so here's why. I just feel like if you zoom back into what was happening back over here, and oops, I need to turn that off, and I'll erase this white line. If I want to zoom in over here with what was going on, The exact same thing that's happening now was happening back then. So it was trying to cross this purple line, and it zigzagged, like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 candles. 6 candles it zigged, and then, bam, it went way up quick, and then it went up again. And then it zigzagged and dropped, and it went on a steady decline for 5 months, roughly, and then it started peaking again. And that's where we're at right now. We're at this little zigzag. I think it's going to do a very similar pattern again. And we'll see. I could be 100% wrong on this, but this is my hypothesis. So I mentioned to you that I would show you how easy Binance is to use. So what you're going to do to use it, to deposit funds, you're going to create an account first of all, go to deposits, pick the kind of coin you're going to deposit. So maybe you created a Coinbase account, maybe you created an account somewhere else. You bought your Bitcoin, now you're going to deposit it. You're going to get your address here, and you're going to deposit Bitcoin. Now then, you've got the exchange. So once your Bitcoin has shown up, or your Ethereum, or whatever you put in here has shown up, now you can go to the exchange. I'm just going to go to the basic view, and I want to show you a couple things here. It's really simple. Okay, so over here on the top right, you're going to see you have your different markets. So you've got your USD to Tether. So right now, BCC, holy crap, it's really down. 1274. I think earlier today it was at like 1450. BNB is really down. Just last week it was trading at around 14 bucks, so it's down about 33% this week. BTC is hovering around that 91.20 mark. So on Coinbase, it's probably at 8,800. Ethereum, 1,031. It got as high as 1,140, I think, in the last 24 hours. Litecoin is down quite a bit, and Neo is way down. Just a few days ago, it was at like 170 to USDT. So you can trade. These are your pairs for USDT Tether. I'm not trading on Tether. Right now, I'm in Ethereum, so you have like 100 different trading pairs. Here they are. So look at all this red. So Ethereum is still performing well. Nothing is doing as good as Ethereum except for a few little coins. Zcash is doing all right. Trig, which does not have enough history for me to even consider it, even though it's way up. What else? Monaco, MCO, barely, and IOST. Don't know much about that coin yet. I'm still new to crypto. GXS, it's up, and DGD is up, and it's been up. It was up yesterday. BCD is up. So not much is up to Ethereum. So Ethereum is still performing well, I think. So I went ahead and got back in. So here's how you would buy. Let's say you wanted to buy Cardano ADA. You just click on that trading pair. You come down here and you see that these are the sell orders in red, and these are the buy orders. So then you come in here and you can put in a limit order, which you just choose the amount, or the what you're willing to pay, how much you want to buy, and then etc. Yeah. If you just want to put a market order in, that's going to give you whatever the market's paying at that point. I don't recommend that. I recommend controlling what you want to pay. And then you can put in stop limits. I'm not going to go in that today. I have done that, and I don't know if I like them or not yet. So if you were going to buy ADA, that's what you would do. And then it's going to show up in your account that you have ADA. And then if any time in the future you decide you want to sell the ADA back to Ethereum, then you would just click on the Ethereum, you'd click on the ADA, and now instead of doing a buy, you'd do a sell. Okay, it's pretty simple. All right, so why did I go back into Ethereum? I've already explained that, but let me just show you why I traded out earlier today. So I'm going to go to BTC to USD on Coinbase. This is a chart I made quite a while ago. So because of BK's tutorials, I had kind of started experimenting with these Fibonacci's and triangles. So I drew this triangle, and I think it's a pretty good triangle compared to what I've learned from watching his videos. And I saw here that And if you see right now, it's still doing it. Bitcoin has about just hovering, and I drew this triangle a week and a half ago. And it, the blue line was way over here at that point. This was probably on like 123, January 23rd. I drew this triangle, and I thought, this is how Bitcoin is going to perform. And if it breaks out of this triangle, it's going to continue to dip. And so it hit this triangle earlier today and spiked up with a green candle. And I thought, man, it hit that base of the triangle, and it got down to basically like a $8,600 level. Here, let's see. It got down to 84.22, and then it popped. And I thought, wow, it's not done. It's done going down. I better trade into Bitcoin and ride the wave up. And then it stalled out. It puttered out, and the buyers and sellers were like fighting on Binance here. They were just fighting. It couldn't make any progress. There wasn't enough momentum yet. And so, long story short, I think Bitcoin is going to fall again. And honestly, it might go down to, I don't know, $7,000, 6,600. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. But it could decide later tonight to peak and break out of this triangle. But that's where we're at right now. Long story short, I am holding the Ethereum right now. I hope this is making sense to you guys. If not, go ahead and leave a comment, and I try to answer stuff. And there's been some commenters on Facebook on the BK post that I respond, and people have private messaged me, and I've responded. And I've been having a good time with this. It's fun. It's a cool community. I like it a lot. I highly recommend it. If you're not in that community, go ahead and join it. It's awesome. But right now, what I'm seeing is Bitcoin is not done dropping. And if experience has told me anything, nighttime is usually not a good time for Bitcoin. It tends, and I don't know if it has to do with what's going on in other countries on the other side of the globe, cryptocurrency in Korea not being as readily accepted as it previously was, China cracking down. I have no idea. But it seems to me that in the middle of the day, the United States and Western civilization buys up the price, and then the Eastern world, the Far East, sells it, and the Mid East sells it. So we bring up the price, and then they sell it and take all those gains. Oh gosh, that's bad of me to say, but I feel like that's what's going on. So I wouldn't be surprised to wake up in the morning and see Bitcoin at around $8,000 or less. Would not be surprised in the slightest. I notice a lot of times that the price of coins skyrockets as soon as the west coast of the United States is heading home from work. That's my theory right now. I think Californians make a lot of money. They get off of work. They had a hard day at work. And bam, they start buying. The prices spike. And then all the stuff that they bought just sinks overnight. But that's not always going to be the case. I think that's just what's happening in the downward trend. And it could be that Asia could be just a little bit more wise to what's going on. They've been in the game longer. They understand the need for crypto better than us here in the West. Who knows? I give them props, though. It seems like if my theory is correct, they're profiting, and we are losing right now. So I could be completely wrong about that. I don't know why I'm off on this tangent right now, but that's a theory I've got. Alrighty. Alright, so I'm about to get off this platform, but I've got another few seconds here. So one thing you're going to want to do, the first thing you want to do, let's say you put in some Bitcoin into Binance or whatever exchange, but I'm just going to talk about Binance. What you want to do is you want to buy some BNB. That's the Binance coin. If you do that, as long as you're holding some Binance coin, it's going to cut your fees in half. So normally it's 0.001, which is like 0.1% for all of your exchanges. As long as you're holding Binance coin, it's half of that, so like 5 cents I'm sorry, half of 0.001. So anyway, it's a good deal. Buy it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time.